what excites me the most is that this trans boy from Las Vegas that was stuck in a home where no one heard him actually has a voice and can speak to other trans kids. And ideally, I hope that this collection reaches those kids. If I could say something to little Victor, I would say my family's wrong, and I would say you're gonna meet amazing people in this world, and you're gonna make amazing art, and you can follow your dreams, and you're gonna have an amazing team, and you're gonna have people that support you. Even when you feel alone in this world, and you feel like you wanna die every day, don't do it. Life is so beautiful. You just have to make it through these few years. And you'll know what being happy feels like. And you'll know what it's like to hear someone say, "Hey, Victor," and just like be so casual about it. And you'll be happy. That's what I would say.
Dude, like,
Yeah.
to see someone like that get the attention they deserve, you know, I asked Few to be like one of the first people that I interviewed because I felt like he had like a story to tell, and he had like just opened up to me like through DM. And when he told me like how like his family felt about him and how like he was going through all this stuff, it's just like, man, like you're going through so much and you're so young, right? Like you're so young, but yet you're so wise. And for NFTs, shout out to Few, check out the interview. We look so young, man. NFTs change lives, you know what I mean? And I think in some cases it can save lives. And for Few, I think that that's probably part of it. And art is a huge thing. And obviously for the space, it's huge for anybody to be at Christie's. But I think that Few, Victor deserves it. Like he deserves to be there. He deserves to have his story shared. He deserves for people to understand like what it's like for someone to grow up and be confused about who they are and wanting to be themselves and have a family who does not give a shit and doesn't care about you. And I was in a room, you know, when the auctions went live, and he talked about how, you know, someone's like, "Have you heard from your family?" And he was like, "Well, yeah, I did hear from my family, but basically they reached out just to say, hey, we saw that you're like at Christie's, and we see that like you came out as trans, and like we don't give a crap basically, and you're nothing, you don't mean anything to us, you're a disgrace to the family," like all this stuff. And it's like, this kid is changing the world, he's saving lives, and he's extremely successful, and he's only 18 years old. So look, shout out to Few, Victor, you know I love you, brother, and we love everything you're doing. So keep it going, man. You got a story to share, and more people need to hear it, and we need to lead with love, and I feel like that's like the message. So Few,
it's super interesting here. It's super interesting to hear Few talk like this, because I don't think you heard him talk so retrospectively when the come up was happening. Like it was all happening so quick. That was the first time in that video that I actually started to really understand the art that he's creating, right? Where it forces you to be kind of self-reflective, and how it's different when you look at it from afar and then you look in and see the pain that's there. That was the first time I heard Few talk like that. And I think he's able to be way more self-reflective now that he's had that journey. It's nuts to hear it from this angle, and to see that video of you interviewing him, like when just a baby, you know, it feels like it is a year ago, but it feels like more, as we always like to say. But the journey that he's been on since that interview has been absolutely nuts. And it seems like there's a lot of self-reflectiveness that's happening now. And I definitely want to give a shout out to Few. We wanted to highlight him immediately, and hopefully that we already know it's going to be a successful sale. And shout out to Few 100%.